Hey everyone, John here. So today I'm going to be telling you about something my brother Roy did. Wait a minute. No, that's a movie.
Amigo in the morning.
Coast to coast and around the world, welcome back to Minneapolis. Welcome back to Amigo in the Morning. John and Roy and the Adventure of the Houses is the first of 6 movies in the John and Roy series that me and my friend and I were going to create. And we started filming it twice, and yeah, it was weird. Welcome back to Amigo in the Morning. Um, the camera changed again, and I think you can, if you look closely, you can see part of that desk, the black desk in the bottom right corner of your screen. I don't want that to be in the frame, but it looks like it is. So today's our news. Our news is the Astros gave their apology on Thursday. A lot of people were mad at it. The owner was contradicting himself. He said it didn't impact the game, and then 55 seconds later he said he never said it didn't impact the game. He apologized for cheating because it's wrong, but then he said the cheating didn't help him. So who knows? There's already been a million videos online about it. I'm not going to talk about it. Today's weather: Minneapolis has a high of 35 degrees, partly cloudy. New York City, high of 33 degrees, partly cloudy. Miami, a high of 80 degrees and rain. Houston, a high of 68 degrees and cloudy and trash cans getting banged. Los Angeles, 71 degrees and sunny. Did you catch my Astros reference in there? It wasn't very subtle. Now, the last 2 days in Minneapolis, it was about -6. There's a wind chill of about negative 35-ish, kind of, which is pretty cold. It's pretty cold. Yesterday, it ended up getting up to like 14 yesterday evening. Today is supposed to be warmer, obviously, because it's supposed to get above freezing. And I've said this before, both on and off record. I love snow and I like the cold, but I don't like the cold in the spring because I want baseball to start. If I didn't play baseball, I wouldn't mind it too much, but eventually it does get a little annoying, even if I'm not playing baseball. So my thing is, if it snows during November, December, and January, or even October too, then yeah. If it snows during February, March, April, and it will snow during April, I know it. Last year we were supposed to have our first baseball game of the season. Well, it was our second, but the first one got canceled. This one, it had dried. I practiced the day before. We were able to practice outside, and then the day of, it was about 2 o'clock. Nothing. An hour later, it was white. Everything was white, and it was almost early/middle April. Last night, the Celebrity Game and the Rising Stars game happened in the NBA. The Rising Stars game was won by Team USA, 151 to 131. Team against Team World. Miles Bridges was the MVP. Tonight's the dunk contest, 3-point contest, and skills challenge in the opposite order. I think now here is why Zach. Okay, I've made this argument to friends and stuff. Zach Lavine should have won the 2016 dunk contest, which he did, but a lot of people say Aaron Gordon should have won. But it's a dunk contest where you do 2 and then 2 more, and then in their case 2 more because it went into overtime dunks. It's not about who has the single best dunk. I think Aaron Gordon had the best dunk when he went over the mascot. But I think Lavine's dunks were almost all better than the rest of his. Aaron Gordon had the one where he off the mascot with the hoverboard, and Zach Lavine did the same thing, but Zach Lavine bounced past it to himself. I think it's harder to do it when the ball's traveling like this than when it's traveling like this and slowly. Aaron Gordon could wait till he had the opportunity. Zach Lavine had to go as soon as he threw it up. Zach Lavine did 3 free throw line dunks. I mean, there was give or take half a foot, but Zach Lavine definitely should have won because it's who has the best dunks, plural, not who has the best dunk. And it's a pretty simple argument, and that's my argument. The Minnesota Golden Gophers baseball team won yesterday. They are 1-0 on the season. They beat the 0-1 Oregon Ducks. They had a 9-0 lead, and they won 12-10. Oregon had 10 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. Minnesota 12 runs, 16 hits, and 4 errors. The win goes to Max Meyer. He's 1-0. The loss goes to Cullen Kafka. He's 0-1. Save goes to Josh Culliver, first of the season. Gophers play Pepperdine today, who are also 1-0. I think Pepperdine is technically the home team. Today at 2 p.m., Diablo Stadium in Tempe, Arizona. Sam Thoresen is the starter. So, I'm going to take you back to a long, long time ago in a galaxy Not far at all. I mean, it's this one. And the date was December 8th, 2019. And it was my birthday party. And, you know, I just had 4 friends come over to watch the Vikings beat the Lions. 20-7, I think, was the final. Only 3 of them came. Nick. And so we were watching the game, and it was my idea during halftime to serve wings. We were going to serve buffalo wings and barbecue wings. It was more like the fourth quarter by the time they were done, actually. So they were being made in the kitchen. We were watching the game, so I walked over to check them on, and I was like, oh, you sauced them before you cooked them, you know, because the idea with wings is you cook them, and then you toss them in the sauce, and they're ready. But the sauce had been put on before they cooked, and I was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. So then the wings were served. I didn't eat any. I have stomach problems, so I never eat with other people. I pretty much only eat when I'm alone, or when I'm at home, I should say, and not going to see any outside people for the rest of the day, really. It's a complicated thing. Why do my legs itch? What was I talking about? So the chicken was served. You know, the 2 people who had it was all right. Milo doesn't like chicken or hot sauce or buffalo sauce or barbecue sauce. Roy. And I was like, all right. And so I fell asleep because my sleep schedule was all mixed up. I fell asleep during the Chiefs-Patriots game, which I ended up watching the rest of later. And I woke up, and it was like 2 a.m. And I went into the fridge, and I pulled out some wings. And I was like, okay, these look like they're going to be good. And I heated them up, and I started eating them. And I was like, man, these are really undercooked. Like, these are, what happened to these? And I was like, these couldn't have been cooked at all. And I was thinking, oh my God, my friends are going to get sick. They're so undercooked. And so I went up and I asked, and I was like, those wings you made, how long did you cook them for? And it was like, oh, some. And I was like, well, they're really undercooked. And he was like, no, everyone liked them. And I was like, really? And so it came down, we looked, and it was like, oh. And I had forgotten to check another container. There was another container that had the cooked wings on it, and the other wings, not all the wings got cooked, it turns out. And since they were sauced, I couldn't tell that they were raw. So I started freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get salmonella. I'm going to get E. coli. I'm going to get food poisoning. I'm going to get another thing. It's called like carajo something. I don't remember. And I was freaking out. I was like, I'm just about to finish taking these antibiotics for a different stomach thing, and now I'm gonna have to do this. And I was like, we got to go to the ER. And we called like an urgent care, and they said that in a few hours, if I start feeling really sick, then to come. But they also said that since I was already taking antibiotics, it probably would have killed any salmonella, the amoxicillin. So, you want to know what happened to me afterwards, though? Pretty much nothing. I didn't digest it well, but the next few days, I was very nervous about being sick because I thought I was going to die. And so I didn't do anything for like 3 days, including my actual birthday. Well, my actual birthday, some family came over. That wasn't planned or anything, too. That was weird. Yeah, I ended up being fine, but it was just the anxiety and the worrying was. I was like, oh my God! Like when I first realized what had happened, my heart sunk, because I was like, I can't do anything to fix this now. It's already in my stomach. I hate throwing up, and inducing yourself to throw up does not get rid of it. So I didn't do it. Today's Q&A question is, what are your phobias? I have a lot. Kind of afraid of the dark. I usually sleep with the light on, actually. Lately, since I moved into this room, I usually sleep with the light off and just have the Christmas lights on. I'm going to keep them up year round. Bees. I hate bees and wasps. I've never been stung by one, and part of it is I want to keep my perfect record. I don't like spiders. Oh, God. Any bugs, really. Spiders technically aren't bugs, but, neither are insects. Insects are bugs, different things. Centipedes. Oh, my God. Just anything. Cockroaches. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Tornadoes. I used to be really afraid of storms, and then I had this camping trip. I might talk about that in a different story, if I haven't already. Um, don't like heights. I'm a little better than a lot of people, but I'm not very super tall heights. Boats, planes. Yeah, there's a lot. If you're new here, at the end of every episode, we spin the wheel to see what kind of quote we get. It's either a motivational quote, a piece of advice, or a fun fact. Today, we've gotten motivation 3 out of 4 episodes this season, so we'll see what we get. Today is a fun fact. Today's fun fact is the entire population of the world could fit inside Los Angeles. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my main channel, Season 1. Subscribe to my second channel, Season 2. Follow me on Instagram, @Season1. At Amigo in the morning. Follow me on Twitter, @Season, at Amigo in the AM. Add me on Snapchat, Season. Breakout Creator 2020. Probably not Breakout Creator 2021. I did that without any mistakes. Oh my god, now I made a mistake.